Hello everyone and welcome back to this Let's Play of Mortal Online. This is Fine Gaming Connoisseur and this is episode 23. So we're just continuing from my previous episode where I've been just exploring more of the world and yeah, in this episode I really want to just try and find just where I am um, because on my previous episode, you know, uh, I realized that I may have just ended up at where I started off, and that is, of course, near Tendrum, I think. So, so what I thought I might do is I'll just spend a little bit of time. I won't take too long, but I'll just spend a little bit of time just try and reorient myself, try and find out where exactly I am at the moment because if I am near Tindrum, then then that's quite will be quite surprising to me because when I got here, I just thought that I was actually somewhere pretty far from Tindrum, but yeah, but I sort of realized that I may have ended up turning around and gone back to where I started. And yes, it does look like I have ended up back in Tindrum, I think. Yeah, I think that's where, I think Maduli is just over there, I think. And if I head this way, then yeah, I may just end up back in Tindrum. And also, I have looked at the G35 headset because I have been thinking about getting a new headset, so that I can do better recording of commentary. So I had a look. I looked at all the features, and it does look like a very good headset. And so I went and looked at the online store, and I wanted to buy it, and and it was out of stock. So so I can't buy it at some other store, but it's going to cost quite a bit more because the website that I looked at was offering it at discount, and so I may just wait a little while longer to see whether they restock the particular headset, the G35, and when they do, then I will buy one. So hopefully, I can do better, commentary. Okay, so that looks like the vineyards near Tindrum City, and yes, okay. So we have ended up back where we started. Yeah, okay. I have thought about what I might do, in the future if I do explore other parts of the world. Yeah, I think one of the reasons why I, sort of veered off course several times and then ended up turning around and heading back to Tindrum is, because sometimes when you come across monsters, you know, you want to fight them, but then you don't know how strong they're going to be. So sometimes you do have to sidestep and take a different direction, and other times it is possible player killers, murderers in the wilderness. I thought I might pick some grapes to eat because I didn't eat much lately, since my character hasn't eaten for a while, so I will pick some grapes. But yeah, in the future, if I come across players, then instead of going in a different direction, trying to sidestep, I will just stay where I am and try and wait it out. Wait for them to leave, and then just continue heading in the direction that I want to head towards. I think that will be better in the future. we'll just grab as many as we can. We'll deplete this particular resource, and then we'll eat grapes, and then put the rest back in my bank. And yeah, so I'm playing on the patch 1.75.00.07, and you know, this patch has been out for over a month, and it's been quite a long time since I've seen a new patch. So I don't know whether, you know, I'm not sure what's in the works, you know, what Starbolt has planned, but you know, I hope to see more, you know, more stuff, more content in the next patch. Content as in, you know, new features, hopefully. But I do always appreciate, you know, bug fixes, because you know, a game like this, you know, a big game, you know, obviously I think that there would be a lot of bugs. So, but yeah, I'm really glad that I can play in full screen mode again, because this is the mode that I, you know, most prefer to play in. And there's Tindrum City, so so just let me put my Common Vitus back in my bank storage, and then after that we can do something different. And yeah, I haven't uploaded any new videos in the past few days. You know, I wanted to, but you know, I've been spending a little bit of time trying to make new thumbnails of my videos, because my previous thumbnails were a little bit, you know, I wanted to make something that's, you know, looks a little bit better. So I have spent a couple of days just trying to, you know, redo all the thumbnails, and so yeah, so I think now the thumbnails do look, you know, slightly better, I think, in terms of the, you know, it does look a little bit better now, I think. Yeah, really do like the, you know, scenery in this game looks really great, in my opinion. And yeah, I have been watching videos of, you know, Elder Scrolls Online, and you know, I was going to pre-purchase the game because I'm a great Elder Scrolls fan. I really love Elder Scrolls, and so I wanted to, you know, I was deciding on whether to get Elder Scrolls Online, but you know, I've been watching quite a lot of videos on YouTube, and you know, I get the feeling that you know, I'm not really sure whether I should pre-purchase it right now because it just feels, well, in my opinion, it just feels a little bit, it doesn't really feel like the kind of Elder Scrolls game that I want to play. Now, even though I do understand that it is an online game, and being online, it does have to make some sacrifices and compromises, but yeah. So I don't know. I think a lot of people would probably want to buy the game, but for me, I'm personally going to hold it off for now. I'm not really planning on buying Elder Scrolls Online as much as I want to, but Okay, so I've got some oats. Let's put that in here. Okay. More naked players. Okay. Okay, so let's just head back out. Yeah, I'm just going to head to that lake where I started my journey last time, and so hopefully this time I can explore a little bit further south. Yeah, so what I thought I might do is I'll cut back to where I last where I was last time before I sort of got went in a totally different direction and ended up back in the hills near Tindrum. So yeah, I will cut back when I get there. Okay guys, we're back, and so we're at roughly the point where we sort of deviated from our course of the direction that we were heading last time, which is south. And so right now, so I'm gonna just set my sights on that particular hill over there, a mountain, and then then we'll just use that as a point of reference, so that if we do for some reason head off course again, which I'm going to try very hard to avoid, we should get there. We should get to those mountains. looks like a nice, houses that have been built quite close to each other. So I don't know, this is a player-made village of some sort. I don't know whether it's because, players of the same guild or, a group of players, they've decided to build their houses, near each other or something. But yeah, it's a nice, looks like a nice little, you know, establishment that they've made. But it'd be nice if they can, it'd be nice in future if you can build roads and, pavements. And I do think that I think recently they introduced farming. So they're going to introduce farming into the game. And so what that means is that you can, plant crops, and then I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can have other players harvest them for you. So it's a kind of, where you can pay other players to do the work for you, and that's a nice way of giving more sandbox elements. And what is this? Looks like some sort of gherkin. Okay, it's edible. Okay, it's not harmful as well, so I'm gonna pick a few more. Okay, I think that's enough. We'll just keep it as our, our food during our travels. Because I realised that I put all my grapes into my bank storage, and then and then proceeded to run off into the wilderness again. So I didn't think about bringing food with me. This place looks familiar. I think I've been here before, but can't remember. But yeah, we're still heading south, as you can see on the compass. This is not some razorback. Okay, it is a razorback, and there's a whole load of razorbacks, so I'm gonna have to and it seems like this whole area is just razorback neighborhood, man. Okay, I'm gonna try and avoid them somehow. Okay, bush pigs. Okay, I know bush pigs are harmless, so hello. I'm starting to get the feeling, the razorbacks could be passive as well. They might not be aggressive after all. So if that's true, then that'd be good. That means I can walk right on through. But I'll have to check I'll have to Google it and see. Okay, so I haven't been to this area before, even though it looks kind of familiar. I think it's episode 8 or something that I came to an area where there's like these alpine trees. Okay. So right now, I'm not sure where I am, but yeah, we'll just see where we end up. It's always a good idea when you're stopping to recover your stamina that you should just try and look around. Make sure that the area is clear. So I think there's a mountain pass here, and I'm not sure whether I can climb through. We'll try. So I'm going to do some mountain climbing now, and so hopefully everything, hopefully there are no murderers here. I'm wondering whether it's easier to just go down here. I think we'll just go right through, if we can, through this valley. Yeah, I think it'll be easier if we just go through like this. But not an easy thing, mountain climbing. Nope, can't get up. Alright, so I guess that's blocked. See whether we can go around. Okay, so keeping an eye on my compass, make sure that I, don't end up going back to Tindrum. Yeah, it's quite, it's a bit weird because, after all that travelling, you'd think that you probably ended up somewhere far away, but instead you end up near Tindrum again, which is, well, that's, I guess, yeah, sometimes I get distracted by, monsters and other players, so I sort of end up forgetting that I'm supposed to be heading towards a particular direction. Okay, so I think we can, well, these are nice towers. I think we can head down here and then we can go past through there. So okay, so we've just negotiated that that area that was blocked off just earlier on. So now we can climb over. So that's the thing about this game. If you run into an obstacle, wow, okay. So if you run into an obstacle, then playing this game sometimes it's a good idea to think of another way, instead of giving up, because please don't drop me to the ground. Okay. So let's get down now from the hills. So what's a safe way? I'm gonna have to do this slowly, because a wrong move can get me killed, just like this. So let's sit down and recover our health. Good thing that there's still daylight, because I really don't like traveling at night. I can't see much in front of me. So let's be careful with this part. I find that if you sidestep, if you go, if you walk diagonally, sometimes it'll make it possible for you to go down the hill without falling straight down. So yeah, so as you can see, I'm thinking that if I walk straight down like this, straight down, then I would have taken fall damage. But because I'm walking diagonally, then I think it has made it possible for me to walk down without just falling straight down. So okay, so continuing to head south. And we see more pigs. Wyzants. Okay, are they aggressive? I don't know. I don't know if they're aggressive, but I wonder what this is. Looks like a skeleton or something. Okay. So we can't interact with that. Maybe might be some poor fellow that got lost and then, whoa, heard the Wyzants growl, got my attention. Alright, so interesting area. So I wonder where this will lead us to. Hopefully this leads us to the next city or the next town. And I hope these aren't night snatchers. Woof, okay, so I think they are, yes they are, I think they are aggressive, so you're going to have to avoid them unless you want to get into a fight with a wolf. And I think wolves can take you down. I think, I'm not sure, but possibly. And there's a structure. I wonder whether this was player built. It's a bridge. Okay. Pretty interesting. I wonder whether I should cross the bridge, go to the other side. Yeah, I think I will. Okay, so there are bandits as well across the bridge. Let me just see what these are. I'm pretty sure they're bandits, ranger bandits. Okay, so we can't cross the bridge. Can't cross the bridge because you're gonna have to take down, what is it, 1, 2, 3? 3 ranger bandits. I don't think I can. So we either continue heading this way or we swim across. I think we'll swim across, probably easier. Hopefully there aren't any Belbuses in the water. Yeah, last episode I saw some Belbus, hiding underneath the water, and it was quite surprising. I didn't realize that that Belbuses can go underwater and not drown. Oh, okay. I see some sort of that's a graveyard. So that means there must be a city nearby, because usually every town has a graveyard. So okay, gonna have to find somewhere to. So I think there may be a town just over there, I hope. So let's try and keep ourselves hiding in the shadows, so as to avoid drawing ourselves any attention. So that is a graveyard. So where is the next town? I think that's it. That's the town over here. Awesome. This is what I've been looking for. I've been looking for other towns. I'm really glad that I've made it to this town. Now I wonder what this town is called. Yeah. I don't know what this town is, but Bakti, I think it is. Okay. Bakti Equerry. So, all right. And there are guards here as well. So let's have a look at what vendors and what services there are in this town. Okay, so this is Bakti. All right, interesting. Utility vendor. Let's have a look. Okay. So the usual stuff. Bag vendor. Medium bag, small bag. Okay, so this is where you can buy bags to kind of like Ultima Online. Yeah, I'm really glad that there are bags in this game, because expert weaponsmith Rapide. So that's a player, I think. And he's crafting some stuff. Okay, we'll leave him be. Wow, he must be crafting some epic weapon. Master Armourer, there's food vendor. Okay, so quite a few players. Okay, I thought that person was talking to me, but he's not. Okay, so desert horse, that's somebody else's. That's another thing. Whenever you see a like a mob, a creature, always check that it's not blue, because sometimes what people will do is that they will tame a creature and then they'll leave it here, leave it in the midst of other similar creatures. And so they'll just stand somewhere and wait for, let's say, a new player or someone who doesn't know the flagging mechanic, and wait for them to attack this particular creature, and then what happens is the same as, if you attack a blue player, you will go grey. So if you attack this creature, then you will turn grey, and then that'll enable the person who owns this pet to basically attack you. So just something to keep in mind. So there's another Bakti bank here as well. Blank book vendor, tabard vendor, white tabard, 25 silvers. Alright. You've got a reagent vendor here as well. Let's see if he sells anything. Does he sell sulfur? No. No, he doesn't. It sells pretty much the same stuff as the reagent vendor in Tindrum City. So what is this? This must be some sort of alchemy table. For those of you who are into alchemy, I think that's what it's for. Okay, so yeah, so there's a Bakti board here as well. And that's another thing with this game is that in Ultima Online there were message boards that people can basically put up notices, and so in this game you've got for sale, want to buy, help wanted, announcements, recruiting, and others. So if you're in this game and you need someone to help you with something, then you can put up a notice here. Obviously there's nothing right now, so let's have a look at what's for sale. List of rotten murderers. Okay, so it's so this player Jadska put it up here. Written in the pages of this tome are the names of the worst scum in this game. Murderous dogs that kill anyone for sheer pleasure, regardless of their race, occupation, or alignment. Here be the murderers. Okay, so you got a list of players that this person claims is the worst murderers, the worst scum, as he calls them. So basically, now I haven't figured out how to put up my own notices. There is a I think, if I'm not mistaken, you have to buy books, and then you have to write in the books, and then put the pages of the books onto the notice board. I think that's how it works, but I've not done that before, so that's something I will try and look into sometime, in the future, so I can show you guys, in the future maybe I can show you guys how this works. But yeah, wow, I'm really glad that I made it to the next town, because I've been looking for, another towns for a long time. So this does look like a very nice place. But yeah, of course, I'm guessing that if you just head south, then eventually you will arrive in Bakti. And so I guess Tindrum City is just, if you head towards that direction, then eventually you will arrive at Tindrum City. So okay, so I think that's where we'll leave this episode. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm really glad that I could bring this episode to you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like, a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please leave it in the section below. And please subscribe to my channel, and if you can, please share this video as well. Thanks everyone for watching this video. This is Fine Gaming Connoisseur, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.